Happy Monday, and I got good news for you as the XRP pump is back on. Yeah, we're talking capital P. But the weird thing is BTC isn't moving, and XRP waited for the traditional markets to open up. We're going to talk tariffs, we're going to talk volume, we're going to talk institutional inflows, we're also going to talk about...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Yeah, buddy, this is capital P territory when you pump 20 cents in like a matter of a few hours. Yeah, my phone alerts were going off this morning, but what about yours? But before we get into the crypto news, like XRP and the alts going deep in the green, but BTC not, we do your comments. Yeah, that's right, because you, the viewer, matter most. Tommy Izzo starts us off and says, Happy Mother's Day to all the crypto moms. That's right. I spent time with my mom yesterday and my wife, who's also a mom. So happy belated Mother's Day to you all. It was a great day, by the way. We did food, we did cafe, we did a bunch of torts. It was a lot of fun. Juan Hernandez says, XRP will probably be $4 by the end of the year. Well, it sure helps when you get a Monday morning like this. Look at us right now. 260 in the price action. I love it, everyone. Gramps, D63 channel member. Love all the channel members. Thank you for the support. Says, I just feel like I'm missing something. We don't just get rejected or pushed down, but rather people sell when they make 5 to 10%. I don't understand what market terms, so maybe it's just semantics. Dude, what happens is this. People play the pumps and dumps. They play those 5 to 10% gains time and time again, and they stack those gains. Cumulative gains. We'll talk price action, we'll talk charts, but first, Bitcoin's sitting at 104,000, basically sideways while the altcoin market is in green. Alt dominance, yeah, green up on the screen, girlfriend. E2552, XRP at 257, while XLM's at 32. ADA roaring at 84 cents, while Sol's at 176. BNB is going to be close to touching 700, and that means what, everyone? You should touch that subscribe button. Speaking of subs, Papa John's is at 46.2. We're at 45.3. We're closing in only 500 subs away from beating Papa John. So what happened this weekend? United States and China got a little bit of a trade deal. That's right. For 90 days, they turned down the knob to 30%. In a joint statement, the countries said they would suspend their respective tariffs for 90 days and continue negotiations they started this weekend. So we didn't reach a deal, but we backed things down. 90 days, everyone. So that means what? That means 3 months from now we get to meet again and talk about tariffs. Under the agreement, the United States would reduce the tariffs on Chinese imports from 145% to 30%, while China would lower its import duty on American goods to 10% from 125%. This is what Scott Bessent said. We concluded that we have a shared interest. No shit, Sherlock. The consensus from both delegations is that neither side wanted a decoupling. Basically, they just didn't want it to spiral out of control and go to 175% and go to 205%. No, I don't know why the N 5%. But look, they didn't want shit to go wild. Now, what happened was this, though. We did not get the price action that we wanted over the weekend. The weekend on Sunday was boring, was a nothing burger. And then all of a sudden, markets start opening up and we start getting juicy booty. Oh my freaking gosh. And right now, XRP volume up 56% to $7 billion. Volume never went down this week and it was hot, but let's keep learning news before we get into XRP price talk. I know, I bring in the news, good, bad, happy, or sad, and this is a good Monday, everyone. Oh, and what do we got in a few days? Actually, what do we got tomorrow? CPI data, live stream, girlfriend. Hut 8's the miners. Ooh, this isn't good. Miners are losing money. Hut 8 records $134 million loss. Oh, that's not good. Hut 8 attributed its hash rate growth by the upgrade of its fleet, but it also resulted in a 37% increase in quarter, but that equals $134 million loss. So part of the problem here is that a lot of these miners are still losing money. And that's with BTC at decent prices. Now, a lot of this quarter, though, we saw some heavy volatility with BTC. 70, 80,000 range, and the miners aren't making money in that. And when the miners aren't making money, they're forced to sell. And when miners are forced to sell, that puts direct pressure on BTC. Now, yes, it does bleed over into the rest of the market. But right now, the rest of the market is going, yo, BTC, you may have your problems, but we're not having ours. Happy motherfucking Monday. Tariff. Start drinking on a Monday. Yeah, crypto with Klaus. Drinksmith Klaus. Cafe mit Klaus. MicroStrategy says, yo, we'll buy more, though. How much more do they buy? got some money's worth. Yeah, they got some money. Michael Saylor's strategy purchased a fresh batch of BTC as it topped 100,000 last week. Strategy acquired over 13,000 BTC valued at around 1.3 billion. This happened between May 5th and May 11th last week. They announced it in the filing with the SEC on May 12th. Oh, that's today. Again, why do you hit the subscribe button notification bell? Because I bring you breaking news. Yeah. The acquisition has increased Strategy's total Bitcoin holdings to 568,000. Their holdings right now are right at 69,000. Nice. Well done. Keep the number there. So they're in the green. That's good. Speaking of green, let's go to overall crypto. Overall crypto volume up 9%. XRP's volume up 57-60%. Holy shit. So the market is definitely favoring XRP. The alts 35 out of 100, which means we're getting what? A lot of price action favoring the alts. Look at BNB's chart roaring, XRP's charts roaring. You got institutional money flowing in. Let's take a specific look at XRP because yes, this move is happening right now. And some of these trading pairings, like the XRP USDT pair is roaring, the Korean won pairing is roaring. So let's go to some candlesticks, girlfriend. Aw, yeah, let's go to 15 minutes and look at this. Look at the roar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Within an hour and a half, this move happened. Yeah, we went from 240 up to all the way here at 265.49. Now we're pushed back down to 257, but this move is just happening right now. The ice is thawing, and the heat, which is XRP price, is moving. Do you see this move in other parts of the market? Yeah, not as hot, though. I mean, some things are moving pretty strongly. Caspa's up 15%. ICP's got 6% gains. XLM's got 6% gains. ADA's got 5% gains. But XRP's got 9% gains. Let's go back to XRP here. All right, so what happened was this. We were floating around the 240 mark. The weekend did give us a little tariff reprieve, right? The 90-day tariff reprieve. We talked about that earlier in the video. But it didn't give us the pumperoni that we were hoping for yesterday. Why? Because we were all hanging out with our moms. Yeah, that's what happened. So the market didn't give us the price. That's why I didn't bring you any news yesterday. I was hanging out with my mom, my wife, and because I was like, yo, we didn't get any price action from the announcement, but it happened this morning. That's why I broke you the news right away. So the move started popping this morning. Market started moving, started getting some thaw in the alts. Now we're starting to see what happens with this current P, and this is a capital P. When you start seeing a 20-cent move this fast in the markets, and when you're starting to see it not happen with BTC, because that's the big difference you notice. You notice it's the big green blob up on the screen moving and BTC isn't? Yeah. BTC sideways, the alt's deep in the green. Even the meme is deep in the green. Utility in the green. This is good stuff, everyone. Utility, I like. This is awesome. Going back to XRP, though, this is what I want to see. I'm going to pay attention to that 265 on the alert, and I want to see if we can hold 250 on the low end, okay? So I'm 265 on the high, 250 on the low on my alerts. Volume, we know the volume is going to be there, and this is a Monday. We had high volume through the weekend, juicy volume on Monday, and the markets are going to be paying attention to CPI data tomorrow. CPI data tomorrow is good. Expect the rally to continue. Expect the rally then to push BTC on the way up. Expect the trade talks to push BTC on the way up, which could push the alts even further. So, earlier when y'all said, yo, XRP, $4 by the end of the year, at the rate we're going, we could get there even sooner than that. Regs would help. Jerome Powell lowering rates would help. But yo, juicy Mondays like this where XRP starts roaring, this definitely helped. And think about what I just said, XRP being pushed to 265. We were just talking about XRP pushing 220, 215 not too long ago. And now I'm bringing you the news at 265. Now granted, I get it. We got rejected at that point, at the point of publishing of this video. But this is what we're touching right now. And this is the good news. While volume stayed strong this weekend, this is the first weekend in the longest time that I can remember that volume stayed absolutely juicy. That the news was juicy and that crypto looked hot. Now we go into this week hot. We go into CPI data, which we're expecting to come down, get a nice downward trend on CPI data. This could be the setup that we need that puts more pressure on Jerome Powell to cut rates. Maybe not in June, but maybe we'll get it in July. And then maybe we get stablecoin regs in July. And then maybe the back half of the year we get another rate cut. And then on top of that, we get some regs for the rest of crypto. I still can't talk perfectly. Sorry about that, everyone. But this is freaking great. And you know what? This is what I want to see with XRP. I want to see it popping while BTC is stalling. Now, don't get me wrong. I love when BTC takes us for a ride because we all love the green up on the screen. And hey, riding coattails is riding coattails. I'm a White Sox fan. I don't give a shit if we win by run, or by 10. I don't care if it rains us out in the 7th inning and we win. Winning is winning. But right now, XRP is winning without BTC. And I'm looking at the candlesticks up on the screen, and the volume is absolutely bonkers on this move. And we're right now holding at 257. Yeah, we were talking 230, 240 through this whole weekend. Remember the bouncer at the club holding us back at 230, 240? Well, now the bouncers let us in and we're getting drinks at the bar. And we still got 2 hot ladies with us. Ladies, you got dudes with you. Yeah, this is cool stuff. So let's see what happens the rest of this day. Let's see what happens with CPI data tomorrow. I got you covered with the live stream. Join us because chat is always lit. And of course, choo-choo what? Choo-choo bitches. And happy belated Mother's Day to all of you.